The world of anime, where weird dreams and fucked up shit is made into reality. There's so many to choose from, and trying to find your starting point is practically impossible for newcomers, especially if they don't know anyone who actually watches anime. So if you're looking for an anime to start with, here's some suggestions from yours truly. So let's start with Welcome to the NHK. The story follows Tatsuhiro Sato, who has been a hikikomori for almost 4 years now. You may be wondering, what is a hikikomori? Well, it's the phenomenon whereby an individual becomes a recluse from society, typically confining him or herself to the house or a single room for a very long period of time. In his isolation, he has come to believe in many obscure conspiracy theories, but there is one which he holds unshakable faith in: the theory that the evil conspirator behind his shut-in NEET, which stands for Not in Employment, Education or Training, status is the Neon Hikikomori Kyokai, an evil and secret organisation dedicated to fostering the spread of hikikomori culture. So as you can see, this anime is rated 4.3 stars out of 5. It has one season which consists of 24 episodes. It has a sub as well as an English dub for you people who don't like reading subtitles. And as far as dubs go, I thought this one was brilliant, and honestly I found this anime so funny. Probably the funniest anime on this list, in my opinion. It also has some serious aspects to it. It does get a bit sad at times too, which is why I love it, because it's so versatile, and in my opinion it does tick a lot of boxes for most people. So I definitely recommend this anime if you're just starting out, or if you haven't watched it yet. Let's move on to the next anime. The next anime is called Toradora, and it follows Ryuji Takasu, who lives in a falling down house with his mother, and although being a nice guy, he is cursed with the evil look of his father, causing people to avoid him. He meets Taiga Aikasa, a tiny, self-centered and unexpectedly strong girl who lives in a new apartment block next to Ryuji. Both are romantically interested in a close friend of the other's, and so reluctantly agree to help one another. So this anime got 4.5 stars out of 5, it has one season and has 25 episodes, it has a sub and an English dub as well. Once again, I love both the sub and the dub, I thought it was very well done. And just like Welcome to the NHK, I found this quite funny also. This one is more of a romantic comedy slash love confession anime, I'd say. But it's not your typical romance anime, it's not as soppy or anything like that, which is one of the reasons why I love it. I can see the tags putting people off this one, but honestly, you won't regret watching this anime, it's just awesome. This next anime is actually very popular at the moment, so if you're new to the whole anime world, I do really recommend watching this one. And it's called My Hero Academia. It follows the life of Izuku Midoriya, who has dreamt of being a hero all his life. A lofty goal for anyone, but especially challenging for a kid with no superpowers. Yep, that's right, in a world where 80% of the population has some kind of superpowered quirk, Izuku was unlucky enough to be born with completely normal. But that's not going to stop him from enrolling in one of the world's most prestigious hero academies. Now, the only thing standing between him and his first class in the academy's formidable entrance exam, nothing a little private tutoring from the world's mightiest hero can't solve. This anime got a 4.6 stars out of the possible 5. This anime has about 3 seasons, and I'm pretty sure it has a 4th one coming out this year at some point. Like the others, it has both a sub and a dub, and this anime was nominated for 8 awards last year and won 5 of them. It has a very great story and some really interesting characters, and honestly I recommend this one the most out of the other 12, just for the fact it's just so unique and just so well made. And to be honest, I can't really fault this one, so I really do recommend watching this one if you're a beginner. I would avoid this next anime if you're not into the whole blood and gore side of things, but if you are, then this anime is definitely for you. This next one is called Akame ga Kill. It follows a countryside boy named Tatsumi. He sets out on a journey to the capital to make a name for himself, and on the way he meets a seemingly dangerous group of assassins known as Night Raid, and so their journey begins. So this one got 4.1 stars, which makes it the lowest rated anime so far, but don't let that put you off. This anime has one season which consists of 24 episodes. It also has a sub and a dub, just like the rest of the other animes we've looked at. This anime has an interesting story and takes dark turns when you least expect them. I think the anime does a good job of letting the viewer get to know the characters, and I just really love the plot twists thrown into the mix. I think it does that perfectly. So once again, if you're a beginner or you haven't watched this anime yet, I'd say give it a go, because honestly I don't think you would regret it. This next one is definitely one of my favourites, and this one is called Food Wars, and it follows the story of Soma Yukihira. Ever since he was little, his main goal was to beat his father in a cooking contest and take over the family diner. That's why when his dad suddenly announces that he's shutting the restaurant down and sending Soma to a cooking school, Soma is shocked. However, Tosuki Academy is no ordinary cooking school. This elite institution is filled with culinary giants like Irina Godtongue Nakari, who does her best to keep a lowly short order like Soma from even making it inside the door. However, if the snobs can dish it out, Soma can serve it up, and when he learns that only a handful of students manage to graduate every year, he swears the only way he will leave is as number one. Food Wars got a 4.5 stars out of 5, and it has 3 seasons which consist of 24 episodes. I loved this anime, and if you're a fan of cooking, then this would be your wet dream brought to life. This next anime is definitely one of the funniest on the list, if not the funniest. After a traffic accident, Kazuma Sato's disappointingly brief life was supposed to be over, but he wakes up to see a beautiful girl before him. She claims to be a goddess, and asks if he would like to go to another world and bring only one thing with him. Kazuma decides to bring the goddess herself, and they are transported to a fantasy world filled with adventure. Ruled by a demon king, now Kazuma only wants to live in peace, but Aqua wants to solve many of this world's problems, and the demon king will only turn a blind eye for so long. Konosuba got 4.3 stars out of the possible 5. It has 2 seasons which consist of 10 episodes each. Honestly, when this anime ends, it actually makes you feel quite sad. It just feels so short, and it's probably one of the shortest animes on this list, if not the shortest. I loved every second of this anime. The characters are amazing and the humour is just spot on. Please give this anime a go, it's just incredible. I'm not gonna lie, this next anime did make me cry, but this is the same guy that did cry at Wally, so it all depends on the person really. If you're not really looking for a tearjerker, I wouldn't really recommend this, but if it doesn't really bother you, or this is the kind of thing you're looking for, then I definitely recommend this to you. This anime is called Your Line April, and it focuses around a guy called Kusei Arima. Kusei Arima was a genius pianist until his mother's sudden death, which took away his ability to play. Each day was dull for Kusei, but then he meets a violinist named Kayuri, who has an eccentric playing style. His monotonous life was about to change forever. Your Line April got 4.5 stars out of the 5, and in my opinion, I think it deserved more than that. This anime is a fucking emotional roller coaster. One minute you're happy, the next minute you're crying your eyes out, then lastly you're curled up in a ball re-evaluating your life. I just can't believe the sheer number of people who haven't seen this anime yet, considering how highly rated it is, so please give it a go, it deserves the recognition. This next anime really is a classic, and in my opinion still competes with most animes that are made today. It's called Cowboy Bebop. It follows interstellar bounty hunters Spike Spiegel and Jet Black as they scour through the galaxy for criminals with prices on their heads, hoping to escape their past. They live on the spaceship Bebop, but it's a dangerous business and old enemies don't forget easily. Allies come from unlikely sources, however, as they find comrades in the beautiful Faye Valentine, the genius child hacker Ed, and a genetically engineered data log. Will they be able to help each other through their respective struggles, or is their fate really inevitable? Cowboy Bebop got 4.5 stars out of the 5. It has 1 season which consists of 26 episodes. You might be put off by this due to the animation style, plus its age, but honestly this anime is still relevant now. It may be old, but it's still a lot better than half the crap pumped out today. And I honestly think this anime is worth watching if you're a beginner. Once again, this next anime is definitely a classic and definitely one of the better animes out there. The name of this anime is Trigun Vash the Stampede, worth $60 billion to the one who can turn him in. Bounty hunters everywhere are on the lookout for this legendary gunman, not to mention insurance agents Merle Strife and Millie Thompson, who are tasked with preventing any potential damage that this Vash can cause. But with 60 billion on his head, Vash is not an easy man to find. Trigun got 4.3 stars out of 5. It has 1 season which consists of 26 episodes. And as I said about Cowboy Bebop, you'll probably be put off by the age and the animation / art style. Trigun has such a great story. This should also be watched by beginners. It's really good to start off with the classic and then progress to some of the new animes brought out today. I recently watched this next anime, and I'm not gonna lie, I fell in love with it and I do think it's very good. But if you're not a big fan of plot twists, or you find it hard to follow the stories of like TV shows or animes, then I definitely wouldn't recommend this to you. But if you do like those sorts of things, then I I would say this is definitely a great starting anime for you. It's called Classroom of the Elite. When Kayotaka enters an elite government-sponsored high school, he finds out how merit-based this education system is. These students are the best of the best, but these future leaders will climb over each other to make it to the top. Kayotaka is put into Class D. 1 month after joining, the students of Class D will learn the truth of the system within their school. The Classroom of the Elite got 4.2 stars out of 5. It has 1 season which consists of 12 episodes. This anime is very interesting. It does take some turns which you don't expect. Some of the story isn't that clear, but I think that's due to the company making a second season, or at least planning on making a second season. Honestly, the ending gave me goosebumps. It's definitely not what I expected at all. So honestly, please give this anime a go. It's quite different compared to the other animes on this list. This next anime is definitely one of my favourites, and I think it definitely deserves a mention in this list. This anime is called My Teen Romantic Comedy. Hachiman Hikigawa is an empathetic high school student with narcissistic and semi-nihilistic tendencies. He firmly believes that joyful youth is nothing but a farce, and everyone who says otherwise is just lying to themselves. My Teen Romantic Comedy got 4.2 stars out of 5. It has 2 seasons and a 3rd one that has just been announced, and they consist of 13 episodes each. But honestly, I don't think this anime gets enough appreciation and should be rated higher than a 4.2, but that's just my opinion. This anime is also quite an emotional roller coaster, and the characters are quite complex, which makes the anime a lot more interesting. Honestly, love this anime, and I've always praised it for its great story and its great character building. Please watch this anime. This next one is definitely known throughout the anime universe. I'd definitely say the manga is awesome too, and probably one of the better mangas out there. This next one is called Berserk, and I wouldn't go any further than the 1997 to 1998 anime series. If you were to go further than that, I'd say you probably only got up to 2012. Anything beyond 2012 is pure dog shit. The CGI is absolutely terrible. Anyways, this story is based around a guy called Guts. He was brought up by a mercenary group since birth. After killing his guardian in self-defense, he runs away. Years later, he encounters Griffith and the Band of the Hawk. The Hawks fight for the King of Midland, and after winning the 100-year war against the neighbouring Tudor, they become the King's personal guard. However, once they reach the top, things take a turn for the worse. Berserk got 4.3 stars out of 5. It has multiple different seasons which consist of various episodes, but this series consists of 25. This anime has everything, but on the contrary, it does get dark at times, so if you're not comfortable with torture or rape, then I definitely wouldn't recommend watching Berserk. I love the characters in this anime, they're just so diverse, and Berserk continued to impress me the more we dived into the story. Guts is just such an awesome character, and though I'll always feel sorry for him, he's just so fucking amazing. Definitely can't skip this anime, you need to watch this one. Well, that's the end of this video, guys. I really hope this helped you beginners out there. If it did help, then a like on this video would be appreciated, and subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've got a question for you guys. What was your first anime that got you hooked? Comment down below. I'd love to see what shows got you started. Anyway guys, it's been your host, peace.